Ramesh Pai now, so Ramesh Pai Solanki, to start with the Gayatri Mantra.
Om Purvuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Purvuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhurvuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Good afternoon. First, let me thank you for all your kind comments and good wishes on Shraddhanjali presentation last Sunday. Very much appreciated by Gujarati Arya Association. Those of you who have missed now can view our Shraddhanjali program on YouTube. It's on GAA London, Shraddhanjali, 28th of February, 2021. Today, we present you Census 2021. You may be well aware, 21st March is a census day. The census takes place every 10 years, and it is compulsory that everyone except bar few exceptions, those for the non-residents, fill their detail. National Office of Statistics assumptions of future planning for coming years are based on this survey, and government acts ahead. Every aspect of the life to come, such as road, schools, hospitals, residentials, utilities, environments, job, industry, etc., etc. Religious and social care being one of them, the funding on this is based on the size of population of each religion. We believe the funding we as a Hindi community get is not adequate due to the wrong filing of data. Hence, we have invited Mr. Raj Mistry, an experienced social worker, to enlighten us on the subject. Thus, we as a Hindu community can derive benefits by other religions. They enjoy the service like pundits, hospitals, prayer rooms, vegetarian foods in hospitals, Hindu crematorium, choice of care, home, and so many other things. I will now say a few words for our elderly in Gujarati. Namaste, Jai Shri Krishna, and a good afternoon. GAA London na gaya અઠવાડિયાનો શ્રદ્ધાંજલિનો કાર્યક્રમ ઘણી સફળતાપૂર્વક રજૂ કર્યા બાદ આપ તરફથી સરસ આવકાર મળ્યો તે બદલ ગુજરાતી આર્ય એસોસિએશન આપનો ઘણો ઘણો આભાર માને છે. ફરીથી આજે સેન્સસ 2021નો કાર્યક્રમ પ્રસ્તુત કરીએ છીએ અને આશા રાખીએ છીએ કે આપને લાભદાયક અને ફોર્મ ભરવામાં સરળતા પડશે. સેન્સસ નેશનલ ઓફિસ ઓફ સ્ટેટિસ્ટિક તરફથી દરેક 10 વર્ષે કાઢવામાં આવે છે અને તેના આધારે આવતા 10 વર્ષનું સર્વૈયું કે જેમાં દરેકે દરેક પ્રવૃત્તિની જરૂરિયાતો, સ્કૂલો, હોસ્પિટલો, રહેઠાણો, રેલવે, રોડ્સ, બિલ્ડિંગ, કમ્પ્યુટર સાયન્સ, ફેક્ટરીઓ, યુનિવર્સિટીઓ અને ગમતના મેદાનો અને તમામ ભવિષ્યની જરૂરિયાતો આના પર અવલંબિત હોય છે. સરકાર તેના પર નિર્ણય કરી શકે તે માટે ઉપયોગમાં લેવાય છે. તદુપરાંત આવતા 10 વર્ષમાં વસ્તીનો વધારો અને વધતી જતી જરૂરિયાતોનું પણ અનુમાન કરી શકાય. Indian communityનું contribution to the British society has a major part. દરેક ક્ષેત્રે તેઓ સફળ રહ્યા છે, જેવા કે વ્યાપારીઓ, કોર્નર શોપ, પોસ્ટ ઓફિસો, વકીલાત, ફાર્માસિસ્ટ, ડોક્ટરો, એકાઉન્ટન્ટો, કોન્ટ્રાક્ટરો વગેરે વગેરે. પરંતુ આ સાથે હિન્દુ ધર્મના પ્રચાર અને આપણું સાંસ્કૃતિક કલ્ચર જાળવવું એ પણ બહુ જ મહત્વનું છે. આ સેન્સસમાં ધર્મના પ્રચાર માટે પણ એક વિભાગ ધ્યાનમાં રખાયો છે. આ સાચી રીતે ભરવાથી ફંડિંગ એલોકેશનમાં ફરક પડે છે. અત્યાર સુધી જુઓ તો બીજી સંસ્કૃતિઓના પ્રમાણમાં હિન્દુ સંસ્થાઓને ઓછું જ મળતું આવ્યું છે. ભૂતકાળમાં આપણા ફોર્મ ભરવાની પદ્ધતિ બીજી સંસ્કૃતિથી અલગ હતી અને હાલના કમ્પ્યુટરો ફક્ત આંકડાઓ જ સમજે છે. આજે આપણા આમંત્રિત મહેમાન શ્રી રાજેન્દ્રભાઈ મિસ્ત્રી, જો છેલ્લા ઘણા વર્ષ થયા વિલ્સન ગ્રીનમાં ડનહિલ કમ્યુનિટી સેન્ટરના સંચાલક છે. તેઓ ફોર્મ ભરવા વિશે અને આપણી હિન્દુ સંસ્કૃતિને અનેક રીતે કેમ લાભ થાય એ જણાવશે અને બીજી સંસ્થાઓ કેવા લાભ ઉઠાવે છે તેમની સમજણ આપશે. ત્યારબાદ આપને પ્રશ્ન પૂછવાનો મોકો આપીશું. તો now I invite Rajendra Mistry to present his views. Please, thank you.
Thank you, Ramesh Bhai. તમે મારું details full આપી દીધું. I don't know how much more I can add to my presentation. It was a very good summary તમે આપી. You know, you covered so many detailed points. So excellent. Thank you for that presentation and an introduction. Thank you. Let me do the presentation and I hope કે તમે કઈ નવું જાણવાનું મળે આ census માંથી. કારણ કે આપણે આ સેન્સસ વિગતે in the past માં કોઈ આપણે સમજાવ્યું નથી કે આપણે you know how to fill the form in કે કેવી રીતના ભરો forms and particularly to do with certain things કે આપણી communities ને individual communities ને and so on impact કરે. એમ કહીએ ને રમેશભાઈ કે આપણે 10 વર્ષે અને ઘણાય આપણે ભર્યું હશે in the past 10 years માં 20-30 years since we came from India કે Africa in the early 70s માંથી. પણ આપણે બધા જ ભૂલી ગયા છે અંદર શું ભર્યું હતું, પણ યાદ છે કે કંઈ કર્યું હતું ટીક. આ ઇન્ફોર્મેશન જે ભરી હતી આપણે in the past year એ આપણે 2070, 2081, 2091 માં મળશે કે આપણે શું ભર્યું. જો આપણે હશું અહીંયા ગાડી તો આપણે નહીં હોય તો આપણા children ને grandchildren can look up આપણું ancestral data to find out કે 100 વર્ષ પહેલા આપણે શું ભર્યું હતું એ ફોર્મ્સમાં. So it remains confidential આ information. અને બીજું કે તમે સબમિટ કરી દે ફોર્મ ત્યાર પછી પાછું તમારથી જોવાય નહીં કારણ કે સિક્યુરિટીના લીધે થઈને એ ડેટા ઇઝ ક્લોઝડ ટુ એનીબડી કે કોઈ એક્સિડન્ટલી પાછું માગે ના ફોર્મ and so on કે તમારા so it's important to understand કે આપણા details જે ભરવાના છે આ ફોર્મ્સમાં will remain confidential for 100 years. And as I say કે આ તો legal document છે. Everybody has to fill it in. Navi baby 3 through all the way. Last census ત્યારે લગભગ 200 ઉપર નવા babies born થયા હતા એ દિવસે. So it's important we know કે 21 તારીખ માર્ચના who is present in the household at that given date. Our population is continuing to grow since after 70s માંથી આવ્યા and going back earlier. You know, the UK population has grown so much and already we are 66 going approaching nearly 75 million people. Our growth na hisabe the government has to look at our census data more to understand how it impacts locally and how to make decisions at a national level so they can set priorities and so on. Our information, the census has got no impact on our international actions. Sometimes people think internationally impact us, but it has no impact on international. It's everything to do with our country, UK and at a local level. So it's important to remember that. But the information we feel will help to make decisions going forward. Generally, I say it's relatively easy, but of course there are some questions which might not be easy. Emma online questionnaire say you will have a square box. Any under more than one item select કરી શકો અને જ્યાં circle હશે ત્યાં આગળ એક જ વસ્તુ તમારાથી select થાય. હવે આ હિસાબે આપણે જે national identity, ethnic, religion, language નું એ હિસાબે આપણે કોઈ explain નથી કર્યું perhaps or we we didn't go out to find out the importance of it. અમને importance લાગ્યું એટલા વાસ્તે અમે community advisors decided that we need to tell our community the importance of it and how it can help locally your community and nationally to other members of the community. Our ethnicity no figure Josu, so we had 1.4 million Indian population in the last census, compared to other communities, which was 1.1 million for Pakistani and so on. All of those are come under what they call Black Asian minority ethnic. I mean, Yuzma Sambarta say regularly, they talk about BAME group, but this is what BAME group is. And Emati Apru Asian group, Asian community, 7.5. So this is why we are still a relatively small proportion of the total population. Hence the reason to make sure everybody completes the form in and you are identified correctly. So question I would say, what is your ethnicity? What is your ethnic group? Ama circle milku che a ek circle che એટલે you can only choose one item. Ek mari rite Asian che because it says includes Indian, Pakistan, Bangladeshi, Chinese and any other Asian background. So ama ave for me, I'm an Asian. So and it's same for mara chokrao and a grandchildren no, they come under the ancestral Asian root. I tick box karu, એટલે apre ama straight away jai. I box ni under against round circles and I would tick Indian for me. If you're any other ethnic group, you can choose what is relevant for you. Amathi elokaya 1.4 million Indian Joyata, 1.1 million Pakistani, just under 500,000 Bangladeshi and 400,000 Chinese. So this is where those figures of ethnic communities I census ma elokaya explain kedana. Motama motu ekche a religion no. We are all religious people, but ganivar ke ne ke apna chokrao ke grandchildren hardly go, maybe Diwali time mein jata ase. But they are still, in my opinion, they are still following the Hindu religion. Ke apne lagan keira hoy, apne Hindu ceremony keiro hoy, ke one of the other religious, and the same for Christianity. Christians ma church ma wedding kare, so they are in a sense following the Christian religion. Unfortunately, Elokani community ma, it dropped from 70 to 60% of people ticking the Christianity box. Because there are no religion and religion not stated together was nearly 1/3 of the population, which is quite a large population. Last census 25% no religion. If 30% of the population haven't been identified under one of the religious categories, so Eloka Sanstane cannot use the data and is not useful for promoting Elokani Sanstani religious activities, religious related functions, and so on. So if you look, Muslims had a good increase of from 3% to 4.8%, but Hindu community increased by from 1.1 to 1. So we had a small increase from the Hindu religion point of view. Apre numbers joa jaye. ભલે મુસ્લિમ્સમાં કઈ ને 2, 3, 4 જાતની એ લોકોનો મુસ્લિમ્સ હશે, શિયાન્સ and Sunnis ને એવી રીતના સેમ આપણા હિન્દુમાં બી છે, ઇન્ડિયન લેંગ્વેજમાં but એ લોકો they get together. So when it comes to religion, they no matter what, from the day they are born, they will always be a Muslim. Same say aprama, but what happens within Hindu is people decide that they want to break it down into different religions that meet their requirements. And sometimes some people think it impacts international decisions. This is not international, this is approved local decisions for locality. 816 Mati, 200,000 were non-Indian community. So this is English people, Black people, other Chinese people who may be following approved Hindu religion through other sanstas through. So it just goes to show that when it comes to under the religion banner, the Hindu religion is broken down into subsections. So in my case, I'm a Hindu. So I hope that nobody thinks that no religion or any other religion, but sorry, no religion or doesn't state it. I will take Hindu, and the same goes for Mara Chokrao and grandchildren. Ke eloka bhi yes, we go to Mandir kada Diwali na divase ke Vesavars na divase, but they're still following the Hindu. So eloka bhi Hindu karse, and then that's it. And every time તમે question fill કરો તો ત્યાં તમને આ save and continue નું box મળશે every single question census માં. એટલે શું કે તમારે ઓનલાઈન ઉપર હોય તો તમે જેટલું ભર્યું હોય પાછા તમે આવી શકો ગમે યારે 2 દિવસ પછી 3 દિવસ પછી પાછું કન્ટિન્યુ કરવું હોય તો yes you can do it. So you kept doing it until you completed આખું તમારું census. આ તમે save and continue કરો એટલે કે તમારું data is not lost. National identity is another question. And I understood Pella was, I thought it was our passport. Forms, think of national identity, we just think British and that's it. Because one is the question, so we don't really think about it. And so last census, only 324,000 people Indian identify themselves as Indian from the 1.4 million. Most of us, including me, I put down British, so 817,000 Manoso Apra in England ticked British because we thought it was Apro passport. It is not Apro passport, no. There is another separate question. Passport is it a British passport? Is it a Indian passport? Is it a Portuguese passport? Whatever passport you hold, that is a separate question. So there is no, as far as I'm aware, English Indian say it doesn't mean anything, but if it's a British Indian, then it means something. So same goes for our children, that they are British, but they're Indian. So in my case, coming from Kenya to Africa, I have a British passport, but I'm British on the basis that studied I've been here more than 45 years, 50 years nearly, and so on. So we are very proud to be British. But because, as you can see, I'm a square box, I will take also others. Others I will put Indian, save and continue. As it says, our question is not your passport, it's or your ethnic group. It's what you country, ancestral country janamni country that is what it is. So it's British, but in our case we will all be others and Indian. Another question is apro language no. Question my language, what is your main language? Our main language na lidhe we all made the mistake. Apre ghare chokrao sathe English ma boliye, television English ma sambariye, radio is in English, but English ma reading and so on. But because it says main, we think it's English is our language. But in a Pachino question, how well do you speak English? We know most of us speak very well. So in my case, I will take very well English. But Ama Utikar is others and Gujarati. And the same for my children. Bhale loka roj bole nahi, but they loka samjhe ne boli sake. Jo bolwanu hoy mother sathe to te loka English Gujarati ma bole rina. They know Gujarati as a language. Why is that important to take Gujarati our language? Ama. Karan ke apre desma aya England ma joso. Bhale moti areas like London, Brent, Harrow, Leicester, Birmingham, in certain places, there is large Indian communities. Apre Gujarati na laikhu hoyama. You may imagine કે ઘણી જગ્યાએ આપણું Indian community બહુ large નહીં હોય, પણ ગુજરાતી બોલતા હશે અને પછી ઓલા 10-15 લખે ગુજરાતી, તો પછી council લોકા translation service provide નહીં કરે. Either in hospitals, leaflet, so they don't want to spend the money if the language is not of significant importance. It's important that you specify your mother tongue language so that when it comes to people who need services relating to Gujarati, whether it's in hospital, a translator, or at the council, leaflets, and so on, you get Gujarati as a language that is supplied. And not only that, I want my grandchildren who are in school will be able to learn something about Gujarati Hindu religion praman. So for me, it's important that they understand that if there is a significant number, people will use that as the main. So aloka data look check kare government na locally and decide whether it's a subject that they want to offer in schools. Some very good examples that exist in the community when other people have succeeded. As Ramesh Bhai ke Muslim Council of Britain, eloka data use kera census na previous data, and eloka look amari community very large. We want a Muslim chaplain in hospital and care homes and so on. They ask for a prayer rooms in Monday at airports and large buildings. All of those are very good examples how they use it. And as Ramesh Bhai said, we want to be able to ask for all of this, but they can only ask, apne sansthaon can only ask if apne individually fill the right information in the forms, because they want the numbers to justify demanding things. આપણે numbers આપશું તો પછી આપણે કહીને કે president and chairman એ લોકો fight કરી શકે Hindu Council of Britain કે whatever national organizations હોય એ લોકો through કે અમારે આ વસ્તુ જોઈએ છે but push for it, don't just forget us. એટલા વાસ્તે I'm sure તમે ઘણાને ઓળખતા હશે કે we are so used to taking approved food in hospitals simply because we haven't got a choice. There is no Hindu vegetarian choice. There is Jain food, but Jain food નું એક પેપર છે એ લોકો આપે છે એમાં 3 ચોઇસીસ હોય છે સવારનું બપોરનું સાંજ. હવે તમે એક દિવસ હોય કે 20 દિવસ હોય હોસ્પિટલમાં, you get the same food. અને હમણાં કોવિડ થયું, આપણા family members હોય ત્યાં હોસ્પિટલમાં, we couldn't take anything for them. So at least choice મળે એ લોકોને Hindu vegetarian, they can choose something that they can eat. I don't know તમે સાંભળ્યું હશે વચ્ચે ન્યૂઝમાં 2-3 વીક પહેલા Jewish નો મોટો કહીને ઓર્થોડોક્સ પર્સન હતો હોસ્પિટલમાં, એને એ લોકોનું ઓર્થોડોક્સ ફૂડ ના મળ્યું, તો he didn't eat in hospital and he died because એનું ખાવાનું એને ના મળ્યું. હવે imagine આપણે ના ખાવાનું મળે કે આપણું chaplain ના હોય, especially during COVID time કે આપણું કોઈને last time life in UK on earth and there's no chaplain of Hindu religion, what happens? So all of those things are important for us to fight for and ask for, but only happens if we all provide the right data. Whether if okay, crematoriums majaso, there's very few crematoriums which have a Hindu no murti whatever. All we're asking for is a small room for Hindus to use. We've got a large population. We've got one in Golders Green, but there are very few of those around the country. Some places they have to travel more than 1-2 hours to get to a crematorium. Same goes for language classes and religion classes. But again, we need to be in there to receive those services that are offered by the locally or nationally, because that's where the agendas are set. So let's look at what's happening. તમે ટીવીમાં ને રેડિયોમાં ને બધે સાંભળ્યું હશે, પોસ્ટ મેગેઝિનમાં ઘરે બી આવ્યો હશે, lots of things about the census every single day. Everybody will receive, some have already started to receive their letters this week, others will receive it next week, a lokanu letter with their 16-digit code. Our code is for your household only. It's not for the people next door. It's for everybody. Je a makan ma rehta hoy tamare tya, e loka badane ek જ code hoy household no. As soon as you receive tamaru form, tamarthi chalu thai jay online to start filling the form in. As I said at the beginning, it's everybody in that house on the 21st of March. You may have tamara children or grandchildren coming to stay with you on that day, or you may go Tiangari Eloka Nagare for whatever reason. Then you have to be at that, whatever the location. Remember, Apu Nam is not going to be disclosed, so don't let census restrictions prevent you from filling the forms in correctly. Okay? If you've got visitors, Bargamno, 30 days to Vadare, or whether it's work permit, whatever, they still need to fill the forms in because they're here more than 30 days. Okay? After that, 22nd of March પછી તમને letters આવવા માંડે કે તમે તમારું form નથી મોકલાવ્યું, એક બે આવશે, પછી ત્રીજો અને ચોથો છે is more stronger, saying you have a fine, you can be faced a fine of £1,000. So submit your forms in. You will also get census officers who will get reminders કે તમે form નથી ભર્યું, so they will not come and knock on your doors. આ પ્રમાણે તમારું કાગળ દેખાશે. Those who haven't received it, this is what it looks like. Those who have, this is your 60-digit house number. It's not for anybody. It's not addressed to anybody. It's just for the house. So whether તમારી ત્યાં lodgers રહે, then you need to give them that code to help them fill the forms in. Tamari પાસે second house hoy, then the people living in the second house will use that code at their own house. A house known and you are not related. There is only one code for one household. So it doesn't matter if there's one person living house ma ke 10 jana ke 20 jana, you still need that same code for the online completion. Remember, આ information code છે એ તમારે બહારવાળા સાથે નહીં share કરવાનો except with your family members or people who are going to help you fill the form in as friends. કદાચ કે તમે બાજુવાળાને કહો કે તમે help કરો, કાં તો તમે census office ને ring કરો કે મને help જોઈએ છે, I want a form, કે એ પ્રમાણે they might ask for the number. Most importantly, કોઈ તમને તમારા bank details નહીં માગે, કોઈ તમારી પાસે પૈસા નહીં માગે to fill the form in. No matter what, please do not give any money. અને આ બધા message તમે જે આપણે જોઈ નથી થયા આજે મીટિંગમાં એ લોકોને જરીક સમજાવજો. It's such an important thing and equally important કે if you can fill the forms in, help others. કોઈ બીજાને તમને ખબર હોય કે એ લોકોને difficulty છે, please help them fill their forms in as well. તમે ગૂગલમાં જાશો એટલે ઓલું ટાઈપ કરશો www.census.gov.uk, તમે આ પેજ ઉપર આવશો. આ પેજમાં છે તમારું કોડ મૂકવાનો, પણ એની પહેલા હું તમને બીજું કેમ, એ સેમ પેજમાં at the bottom નીચે જોશો this is request a new access code. એટલે આમાં શું છે કે તમારો કોડ ગુમ થઈ ગયો હોય કે whatever, you can ask for a new code. Supposing તમારા મકાનમાં કોઈ બીજું રહેતું હોય, ભાડું આપ્યું હોય કે તમે ભાડું રહેતા હોય, then you can say તમે ઓલો કોડ માંગો તમારા જેની પાસે હોય એની પાસે, but then you can go down, આમાં ક્લિક કરો and say I want to fill my form in separately, કે હું મારી જાતે પોતાનું જ ભરીશ, મારે મારા questions answers કોઈને બીજાને નથી દેખાડવા. તો એ તમે માંગો. એવું બી બને કે તમે you want paper copy, કે મારે online ઉપર નથી કરવું, મારે paper copy જોઈએ છે. Yes, you can request a paper copy and એ તમને પોસ્ટમાં મોકલાવશે. તમે આમાં જાઓ ને તમારું details મોકલો એટલે they send you a paper copy. એ paper first copy આવે એમાં ખાલી તમારથી 5 જણાનું નામ લખી શકો, 1 2 3 4 and person 5. પછીથી વધારે હોય, 5 થી વધારે માણસ હોય, so you can request a continuation questionnaire. A continuation questionnaire is કે 6 7 8 9 ને 10 હોય માણસ તમારા મકાનમાં, તો એ લોકોને પેપરથી ભરવું હોય, so you carry on. So first question, first sense paper 1 is 1 to 5 people, but your continuation paper is 6 to 10. You may have more, then you can ask for more. Another area is language. We want it in their different languages. We have 50 different languages આ પેજ ઉપર. જો તમે આ language નું ક્લિક કરો એટલે તમે choose કરો ગુજરાતીનું section, you will come to this page. This page માં તમારો again તમારો free phone number છે 0800 નો number, પણ આમાં every single question જે census form માં છે એ explain કર્યા છે. But of course you have to fill the form online in English. આમાં તમને explanation આપે છે એક એક question ના. બીજું છે આમાં કે તમારે મોટી પ્રિન્ટમાં જોઈએ, large format, કે તમારું પ્રિન્ટ જોઈએ, કે બ્રેલમાં જોઈએ, easy to read guide, all that you can request for it. Students, જો students હશે તો એ લોકોને separate advice છે, જો તમારી ત્યાં રહેતા હોય because of COVID, and they can't go back to the residents of homes in at the university. So એ લોકોનું તમારે ખાલી એ લોકોના વાસ્તે એ લોકોનું term time address હોય ને એ ભરવાનું. Although they are living at home, you still fill in their term time address for students who are studying in other parts of the country. છેલ્લે આવે છે find a support center. હવે આપણે લંડનમાં certainly I don't think they're going to open this because of high level of COVID and a restriction નથી ઓછા કર્યા. એમાં શું હતું plan કે they would supply કે તમે ત્યાં જઈને form ભરી સકો. You can still find out તમારી બાજુમાં હોય આ call center simply by putting your postcode and it'll show you તમારી નજીકમાં queue છે and what type of service they're offering, whether it's a telephone service. Okay, yes, you can make an appointment to visit them, but you can find that by clicking that. So આમાં છે at the bottom of this first page માં તમને એ details. અહીંયા ગઈ તમારો 16-digit code તમે મૂકો અને start the questionnaire તમે ચાલુ કરો એટલે તમે roughly આ page ઉપર આવો. Again, I'm a square box and you can tick as many that apply tamari household. If you have people from abroad who are living there, you have lodgers, you have other family members, you can tick any one that is relevant or all of them. Or if you've got nobody else, then you tick nobody else applies. Pachi tamaru details, pela person no details, second person details. M tarike aya like yes, I need to add a third person. M third, fourth, fifth, jetla ઘરમાં હોય એટલાનું તમે details મૂકી શકો online ઉપર. એમાં તમારે વ્યાધિ નહીં કરવાની કે પેપર ના જેરીના કે હું 5 ભરીને પછી બીજું શું કરું. આમાં you can add as many as you want. Save and continue. Each time તમે જાશો એટલે save and continue. Paper questionnaire roughly looks like this. આ જેમાં એક question છે એ online માં individual I say and I save and continue after each question. What is your name, details, date of birth, male, female, tamari address suche, and so on. આ બધા relatively easy to fill in questionnaires છે તમારે વાસ્તે કે each but online ઉપર આ જે numbers મૂક્યા છે એ numbers નહીં હોય. It'll just take you direct to the questions. There is no numbers on the online questionnaire. તમે ઘણા WhatsApp જોયા હશે કે question 16 ને question 17 કે question 14 માં ભરજો. Online માં a question details nothing. It simply says, you know, about religion, about national identity, passport, and so on. After each section you have done, it will show as completed. And you can go and view your completed questions before you submit. Once you submit the census form, then you can't go back and see it. However, જો તમે submit કરો ને ત્યાર પછી બીજું પેજ આવે અને એમાં કે પૂછે છે જો તમારે confirmation not જોઈએ કે you resent your questionnaire, then you have to put your email address. The email address ઉપર એ લોકો reply કરશે કે yes, we have received your email. If you don't press the submit button, then it stays tamara computer ma, and this is why you could receive a letter or somebody knocking on your door ke tame form nathi moklayu. Etlu dhyan rakjo ke nobody comes inside your house to fill the form in. Census office mati koi barnu avanu nathi, so don't let anybody come in. આજે આપણે ખાલી લગભગ 50 ઉપર માણસો છે. Make sure કે તમે તમારા friends ને family ને જણાવો જે નવું શીખા છે એ બાબતમાં. Same again, tell people to join other video meetings કે અમારે આવી video meetings અમે ઘણી કરીએ છે અને અમે ઘણા છે UK માં. So please ask them to join them because એ લોકો બી કંઈ નવું શીખશે જે આપણે nobody was there to tell us. Care homes, as I said, please tell your family members who are in care homes કે તમે એ લોકોને care homes વાળાને જણાવો કે અમારો family member છે, can you fill these boxes for my family member? કારણ કે forms are filled by the carers themselves and they won't know any different. Maybe they will skip some of the questions. So it's important that we've got over 20,000 Indians in care homes. Even if we can get 10,000 to fill the right boxes, that's 10,000 more than not getting it. So important that tame tamara care homes વાળાને inform કરો કે your family members are in there and these are the tick boxes that you want them to do. Support friends and family or neighbors to complete the forms. And again, feel free to invite me to come and answer this type of meeting again. I'm happy to come and participate again, even if it means can we do a completion event with your organization. Thank you very much. I hope it gives you an overview about the census pramane. I've got one more video I want to play for you, which is done by Rajubhai Pandya. He's a Marathe, Gujarati Marathe, and he did this. In fact, it's a very new video. He did that only yesterday in a meeting that we were presenting, and I hope that you find it useful from your point of view. So let me just share that video. Share.
Look what I've received in the post today. Census 2021. A letter with a 16-digit code. Let's see what we have to do with this code, okay? First of all, I'll log on to the internet on the Census website, which is census.gov.uk, all right? Let me show you this. So on my internet, I will type the website census.gov.uk, and here it is, the census website. It says here clearly start census, so I click that, and here is where I put my 16-digit access code. So when you get to this question, how would you describe your national identity? I would put a tick in British first. Then I would put tick in the box with other. Then I would save and continue, and then I would write my national identity, which is Indian, I-N-D. I don't have to type the rest because there it is, Indian. I click on it and save and continue. Then it asks you to select what is your ethnic group. Well, Indian is within the group of Asian, British. So I would select that and save and continue. You must save and continue every time to keep your selections proper. Then I would select Indian amongst the Asian British group. And then I would save and continue. And then we come to the voluntary question, what is your religion? Well, I am a Hindu. So I would select Hindu and then save and continue. And then it says, what is your main language? Well, my mother tongue is Gujarati. So I will tick or write Gujarati here, G-U-J, and straight away Gujarati comes up, and I would save and continue. And then it says, how well can you speak English? I think I speak English very well. So save and continue. So these are the important points to remember. Thank you.
So back to you now, I hope.
Okay, so thank you very much, Raj Mistry. Really good presentation. Really appreciate it. Anybody has got any questions they want to ask Raj? So we'll take the questions and answers now. Okay. કોઈને બી જો કાંઈ પૂછવું હોય, so this is your chance to ask any questions. Just unmute yourself and ask questions if you want to ask.
Yes, Anna Ben.
I was just wondering, on my form, it says you have to fill it in on the 21st. Is that correct? Or can I do it before that?
Yeah. Yes. So you can start filling your forms in. Jo tamne lage ke your circumstances are not going to change on the 21st, then you feel free to submit the forms in. If you don't know ke tamara family circumstances, how it's going to be, if it might change or whatever, then you might want to save it. Although you can fill the form in and you might say, well, I'll submit it on the 21st tarike, or you can submit it before. Ideally, you can start filling the forms in from now. As soon as you receive your letter,
Which I have. I've got one.
You know, and many others are coming this week. But yes, you can start filling it in. If you feel confident your circumstances change, then feel free to submit the forms.
Right. Okay, that's great. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Right. Anybody else?
Hi, Uttam is Ramesh.
Hi, Ramesh.
Hi. Can I ask a question to Raj?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, just carry on.
Raj, I just want to know, if I don't receive the form, what do I do? I haven't received it yet.
Don't worry. If you imagine, Apri UK, there is over 500,000 households, and they don't want to send everything all in one post. Otherwise, you know, the post offices will be blocked. So what they're doing is staggering it out over this period from the beginning of last week to the end of next week. Tamara forms, every single household will receive their form by the end of next week. Your bar tarik sudhi tamaro form na આવ્યું હોય, then you can ring the census 0800 number and you can find that number, or if you just go on search for Google, but you will receive it by the end of next week. It also depends on the postal area in your post office in your local area. Some postal areas are very good compared to the others. But
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ramesh. Anybody else? I think one of the main important points we have to highlight is that don't pay anybody to fill out your form, right?
Correct.
So there are a lot of people cashing in on this, and make sure that koi bhi tamne help karwani try kare and they're asking for money. Please, don't pay anybody to fill out your form. Ramesh Bhai will give you some advice later on if you have problems, but I will emphasize now, please don't pay anybody to fill out the forms.
Uttam, can I ask a question?
Yes, sure. Just carry on.
In any case, thank you, Raj Bhai. Very, very good presentation. I'm sure everyone's finding it interesting, very informative. Raj, is it worth mentioning on when people type in to go online, they go onto the right website, because there may be scams on. If people bijama email male go into this website, they must type it into the correct website. True?
So, yes. Generally, if you type in Aptamar letters, I was in www.census.gov.uk. Any under Tamaja, so that will always take you to the right one. Of course, there are lots of others after Google search man jaye. So you'll find lots of them. But if you type in the on the bar www.census.gov.uk, then you'll go directly to this one. So then of course you will see lots of others. But yes, you are very right. Important that choose the right one to enter your details.
And no one should ask for any money or any payment details. Yeah.
No, correct. Koi payment details mageni, and nobody is going to come into your household to say, "Oh, census note, I've come to fill your form in the house." Nobody will enter your house. Gurni Bharati be census bara. None of the census officers will help you complete the form outside your door. They will eloka ke say a free phone number se tame eloka ne ring karo. There is 198 different languages. More people are able to talk in different languages. So one day will put you to somebody who speaks Gujarati to explain. But those who have utter difficulty, who cannot complete the forms at all and need somebody else to do it for them, so okay, we will call you back at a certain time, because every single question bharwano che. So it will take a longer time. So they can call you back and go through each question and help. They will fill it for you, but that's in very small circumstances. Those people who are on their own, who got nobody help Karavaru. So this is why we encourage organizations like yours and communities who know their neighbors, difficulty per se. Please help them. It doesn't have to be a Indian Sanstana. It can be any Sanstas. Please help so many people who don't have access to computers. They need help. So it's important that as many people help Karo is better.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Anybody else wants to put any questions forward? I think main points છે કે આપણે make sure કે ભલે આપણે જૈન હોય કે સ્વામિનારાયણ હોય કે બીજી કોઈ ધર્મ આપણે માનતા હોય પણ put down Hindu as your religion, because એમાં શું થાય છે કે આપણે dilute થઈ જાય છે આપણું religion and we are not getting the services we really need. So that's one of the main things we are trying to get across, કે religion માં ભલે આપણે બીજી કોઈ માનતા હોય કે અમે સ્વામિનારાયણ છે, right? But you are Hindu at the end of the day, and make sure that Hindu box is ticked. And that's where we are losing out. And similarly with the language as well, Gujarati આપણી માતૃભાષા છે, ભલે આપણે English બોલતા હોય ઘરમાં ને બધે, right? Make sure કે આપણે ભલે, put Gujarati as our main language. So those are the main points we are trying to get across. Now, ethnicity, another one is the ethnicity. Ethnicity, UK born we are British Indian at the end of the day, and this is where our community stands together. So please make sure that anybody you are helping filling out those main points. Otherwise, we are losing out on this.
Yeah. I mean, same thing. You don't have to know how to read Gujarati, how to write Gujarati. As long as you speak Gujarati, boli sakta ho, then make sure that our children if they're speaking Gujarati, put them down as Gujarati speakers, because that is relevant. Same with Swaminarayan Mandir Vare Giduche. I don't know the Mota de Swaminarayan Nisdan Mandir Mache. Eloka na bada members ne kaise ke tame Hindu box tick karjo. Dharam is Hindu. Same with Raj Yoga Center, Brahma Kumaris, Eloka Bigiduke, they will take Hindu box. They are encouraging Elokana members. So Gani Sanstha is coming together, but of course we want as many people to be in the one Sanstha mark, a religious mark, and so on. And this is why it's important that you also spread these messages out.
Okay, if there's no more questions, then I'll ask Ramesh Bhai to conclude it. Kai bhi koi bijana question puchho je?
My phone is on the chat line. If somebody wants to call me afterwards or anytime, jo help joye, fill form karwama, so feel free to call me whenever.
Yeah, okay. Ramesh Bhai, you're on mute now, so if you can unmute yourself.
Okay. Anyhow, Abar, thank you very much. By Mistry, આ કાર્યક્રમમાં ભાગ આપવા બદલ આપનો ઘણો ઘણો આભાર. આશા રાખીએ છીએ કે આ કલાક ઘણો ઘણો માહિતગાર અને ફોર્મ ભરવામાં લાભદાયક થયો હશે. આપ સર્વે હાજરી આપી તે બદલ આપ સર્વનો આભાર. આપને જો ફોર્મ ભરવામાં તકલીફ પડે તો જરૂર યંગ ફેમિલી મેમ્બરનો સથવારો લેશો, અને સથવારો ન મળે તો મને ફોન કરજો અથવા કોઈ પણ ઈસી મેમ્બરને ફોન કરજો, અને હું આપ નજદીક રહેતા કોઈ પણ જ્ઞાતિ મેમ્બરનો મેળાપ કરાવી ને કોશિશ કરીશ કે આપને મદદગાર થાય. Thank you all again for attending our brief on Census 21. I hope you have grasped the message now, and please try and help elderly if you can. અને છેલ્લે હું એટલું કહીશ કે આ જે કમ્પ્યુટરની લેંગ્વેજ છે, જેમ મેં રાજનભાઈ પાસે આગળ સાંભળ્યું છે કે કમ્પ્યુટર માણસોને નથી ઓળખતું, ખાલી નંબર જ ઓળખે છે. સમજો? તો હવે જ્યારે આપણે નવરાત્રીના 9 દિવસ ઉજવીએ છીએ અને આપણે કહીએ કે 9 days, when we apply for a grant કે કાંઈ પણ, so we've got to put it કે 300 માણસ કે 400 માણસ every time attend કરે છે, એના બદલે 9ની જગાએ 3,600 people take advantage of over that one. So in computer language, there is a difference between 9 and 3,600. So that makes a lot of difference, right? So એ હવે ધ્યાનમાં રાખવાનું છે અને આ જે બધી હિન્દુ સંસ્થાઓ જો સાથે મળીને કામ કરશે તો આઈ એમ શ્યોર કે આપણને જલ્દી આપણું ક્રેમેટોરિયમ, હિન્દુઓનું હેર કેર હોમ વગેરેની સુવિધાઓ મળશે. So please do fill in as Hindu and do fill in as Gujarati. Thank you very much. આપ સૌનો આભાર again. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very Ramesh Bhai. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining us. Thank you, Harish Bhai and Anita, for helping out with the Zoom. And I hope you have a stay safe, and goodbye, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
सेंसस की नई कहानी है हिंदू धर्मी, हम हिंदू धर्मी, है हिंदू धर्मी, है हिंदू धर्मी। अपना भविष्य बनाए, ब्रिटिश हो इस देश के वासी ये लिखो तुम, हिंदू है आखिर तक हिंदू रहेंगे हम तुम। नए दौर में नई सोच से लिखो नई कहानी है हिंदू धर्मी, हम हिंदू धर्मी, है हिंदू धर्मी, है हिंदू धर्मी। अपने बच्चों की तकदीर को लिखेंगे हम, सेंसस से सब हिंदुओं को जोड़ेंगे हम। नई सोच से लिखो नई कहानी है हिंदू धर्मी, हम हिंदू धर्मी, है हिंदू धर्मी, है हिंदू धर्मी। छोड़ो कल की बातें, कल की बात पुरानी, नए दौर में लिखो तुम सेंसस की नई कहानी है हिंदू धर्मी, हम हिंदू धर्मी, है हिंदू धर्मी, है हिंदू धर्मी, है हिंदू धर्मी, है हिंदू धर्मी।
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Raj. Thanks a lot. We really appreciate it. Bharat?
I would appreciate if you could get your send me a list of your committee members, please, and the details.
Bharat,
That would be a
yeah.
project to do.
Yeah, sorry, I had a phone call. Rajbhai, thank you very much. A very good presentation. Very, very informative for our community and everyone. And I just bija koi nathi ba Uttam, especially Harish Bhai, Ramesh Bhai, Anita's I think gone now, and Ajay as well.
And
sorry, I haven't been able to take too much part about other things happening, but well done everyone. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, good.
Thank you, Raj.
No worries. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, cheers. Bye-bye. Thank you.